The Gen 10 starters has been revealed, and I love them. Do I have a Nintendo Switch 2? No. Will I have a Nintendo Switch 2 by 2027? No. Have I played any games in any type of Nintendo Switch? No. Will I still share my thoughts about the starters in this video? Well, yes! I am a big Pokemon fan, only limited by money. So y'all, try not to judge me. I have original Pokemon merch, I love the animated shows, I am a bit of a late fan. Tried to keep up with Pokemon X and Y on Cartoon Network when I was a kid, maybe around 10 years old. And then I actively watched and seeked out Pokemon Sun and Moon and Pokemon Journeys. I love those shows. Now in terms of playing the games, I played licensed games that's on the App Store, and I played games in my Mio DS. You guys find out what I meant by that. I say that to say this. I am a fan of Pokemon, and I have an understanding of Pokemon design, and I want to apply that in this video. So let's have fun in predicting how these starters would evolve. Before we get into the designs, I want to draw the starters first in my style, just so there's visual harmony once we look at the evolution line all together. Pokemon did have a slight contribution in my art style, so I think we're not gonna be too far off here. There's a slight feeling of nostalgic vibes in these designs. We have a little less pet shop, and here we have an angry bird. This is a very cute design, very rotund, baby-like, and bean-shaped, which is clever since it's called Bean Chick Pokemon. I get why people love this guy. What I don't get is a comparison with Rowlet and Torchic. They're very different. You can only tell they're similar because obviously it's in the same art style. They're in the same world. What especially set this apart from the other two is personality. This is more of an angry bird. So this already sets a different storyline of where this starter will take you. Torchic is a cute baby that turns into a fierce fighting diva with bell bottom. Rowlet is an owl that gives very poised and proper with its bow tie, and then turns into this mysterious ghostly bird archer. You see the different serves, where from the starters, they are set to tell a story and take you on a journey. Now with Browt, it can go to many ways in which the storyline has already been set by this angry bird. Are they going to be a bloodthirsty fighter? Or maybe a storyline of a bird full of anger turns into a bird with emotional maturity? I think that's very interesting. Here's the concept I have in mind with the evolution. Are you getting the storyline? So going into this middle evolution, most of the time at this stage, it's quite awkward or ugly. Basically the puberty stage. And that's what this middle evolution is. I am aware that the nature of evolution for Pokemon isn't just getting bigger, though some of it does that. But again, I want to tell a story. So from the Pokédex entry, it is called the Bean Chick Pokemon, and I want to continue this storyline. The color scheme and shape is already very bean-like, so we continue it here. It's a bean continuing to sprout, but the serve this stage is giving is drastic growth spurt. The leaves sprouting in its body is so long and it's quite a lot for its body. Their body can't keep up with what the plant can photosynthesize, making them quite a droopy character. Now, with the animal this is based on, it's a typical fowl. Those birds that are known for poultry, kind of those basic looking chicken. The leaves on its brows is drooping down, kind of giving bob. I fear she is making it to the next bob off that Fawn would do. I love what I did in this design. There's a clear personality, and I did my best to make it very Pokemon-like. If I had another time to redesign it, I totally pushed the shapes even more to exaggerate the personality. But I'm proud of what I'm able to do on the fly. Going into this final evolution, I want to talk about the Southeast Asian inspirations that is applied into this new region. I think it's very cool to see a culture I'm a part of be the vibe of Gen 10. Let's not be ignorant, y'all. To those who are saying, this is just the Alola region. It is not. It is just familiar in terms of tropical location. But we have different cultures. That is why, going into this final design, I integrated the Philippines national leaf, the anahaw. The leaf that has been growing in their head has now grown into this big, giant, fan-like leaf headdress, and also some anahaw growing to be their wings. It kind of suggests a cape, helping capture that personality of this final evolution. Take note that it's not the actual shape of anahaw. Pokemon has never been literal with their inspirations, and I want to simplify, because yes, Pokemons can be detailed, but they are very intentional in where they put details and which shapes are simplified. And I think I did a very good job in that aspect. Also, I thickened the feathers of its body, so that it kind of suggests that they are wearing armor. Sproul, after going through the hardships of its evolution, finally getting enough energy the body has been demanding. It has now turned them into a confident, powerful, regal warrior, naming them Anakan, combination of Anahaw and Khan, meaning ruler or emperor. The first final evolution we did is bipedal. I know there are people that isn't very fond of human-like traits in Pokemon, but I think it makes sense for this evolution. And also, it's a bird. There's nothing really off in terms of proportions because it stands on its two legs. The shapes and the pose captures what I wanted to emulate in this final evolution. This design is more of a classic type design rather than the designs we've been getting from the recent generation. Here's the final look of Browt's evolution line. I like this one a lot. I love how cool and heroic they look. So with Browt's evolution line, we talked about the Southeast Asian influences. But now, going into Pombon, some might be saying, having a Pomeranian doesn't make sense in this region then. Well, no. Southeast Asian girly pops or just family in general love small dogs. I would say Shih Tzu is more popular in that category. And yes, Pomeranians may not have originated here, but they are here. Everyone loves them as pets. They're small, cute, funny, and having a dog easy to travel with helps with the tropical vibe of Gen 10. From my knowledge and judgment of my eyes, there hasn't been an actual dog starter. So I'm happy to see where this goes. It looks very cute, derpy, and memeable. Pombon is definitely the star of this trio. It's palatable to many audiences. I've watched Megami's video where she asks the gays and the days who they're picking, and there's a lot of Pombons as their choice. I thought the gays would love Gecqua more, but Pombon is just too powerful. Is she coming for Mudkip's throne? Here's a concept I have in mind for Pombon's evolution line. Are you feeling it? This is the transitional stage. I already have in mind what type of dog in the final evolution it will be inspired of, but for now in this final evolution, I want to continue the awkward ugly trope. If you're a dog lover, nothing about this dog will be ugly. And also, I don't think dogs can ever be that ugly, but the intention of this design is to suggest those type of dogs who looks kind of grumpy or sad. Dogs that does not look very inviting for kids. Still, I made this evolution very cute. They have big brows and have dark eyeliner under their eyes, making it look angry, angsty, and emo. I made the fur more red, like it's becoming ripe. The story here is they look grumpy, but they aren't. They have a pure heart who loves and is loyal to their trainer. Despite not being liked by kids and some adults because of their face, that doesn't stop them from being loving. They are so pure that they are seen as a spirit dog guardian, hence having a fire fairy typing. This kind of plays along with the idea that dogs are pure and they are angels. Also, I continued the brush-shaped hair tuft on its forehead. I like to think they use it to paint. They are expressive artistic dog. Here's Brushu. What do you think? This final evolution is a combination of two big chunky dogs, like giant teddy bears you'd want to hug. It's a combination of the Chow Chow and the Saint Bernard. This final evolution is loosely inspired by Thai's powerful mythical lion, the Singa, which is also known as Thailand's original and best-loved premium beer, and also Chinese guardian lion statues, the Shih, which is also known as food dogs or lion dogs. They are known to be protectors against evil spirits and harmful influences. This is perfect inspirations for Pombon's final evolution, Orashi. Again, I'm not copy and pasting. They are inspired, and this evolution is meant to exude those energy. Exude the energy of a guardian lion and a lovable dog. I did that by making them round and cute. It's maybe in its adult form, but they still want to have fun, play, and express themselves through painting. I also added some gold accents to make them feel more powerful and out of this world despite being a friendly himbo dog. Final thoughts? I'm sorry, but I couldn't and don't want Pombon to be bipedal. I mean, just look at Orashi. They're so cute. This isn't my most polished design, but I still like this one a lot. They look so friendly and powerful. I really want Pombon's actual final evolution to give off this energy. But if Pombon does evolve into bipedal, just like the other starters, what a surprise. Again, I love this guy. This is the final look of Pombon's evolution line. This line is so cute and friendly. We now made it to the diva, the baby queen, Gecqua. Just look at this serve, the big magenta eyes, the makeup, and the blue eyelashes. She's here to gag the girls. I don't think we've ever seen a Pokemon of this shape before. Despite being the starter, who's usually quite simple in design, this one is simple and uniquely shaped at the same time. Her features are so different to what we usually see. And I think it's because we've never truly had a Pokemon whose base is kind of like the littlest pet shop. That's why I can't stand behind people who are saying this is just another Sobble clone. She's not. She's a Pokemon that completely stands on her own. I love how, in a way, that the girly pop Pokemon community is alive and thriving. We want to see a drag queen, a diva, a look that can be quite polarizing for others. This is why I love Quaxley and Quaquaval so much. They make statements, and that's what I hope what Gecqua does. Here's the concept that I planned for Gecqua. Let's get into it. Some of y'all might be saying, girl, this is just the previous evolution but just bigger. And I absolutely agree with you. And that is kind of intentional. I was talking about Gecqua being a legend, and through this middle evolution, I wanted to kind of disappoint. And that's Giselle, which sounds like a girl's name. And that's the vibe I was going for, like girl next door. She's Giselle. She's chill, she's pretty, she's beautiful, she looks like Linda Evangelista, she's a model.
She can walk out there in a diaper, and they're like, Valentina, you're smiling.
She's barely serving anything, but I know the gays are gagging. Alright, let's be more specific on how I did this design. I did make her a bit bulkier, like she's getting stronger muscles, foreshadowing her final evolution. And as you can see on her markings, the dark blue part on the top of her body with the white outlines, it is meant to suggest that she's shedding her old skin. It is to truly solidify that she's in a transitional period in her life. Don't go to her like, girl, you barely changed. Let her take her time. Please respect Giselle's decision for herself. Thank you. We made it to the final evolution. And of course, we have to base her off a famous lizard in Southeast Asia, the Komodo dragon. I think many saw that coming, and if it really does evolve into a Komodo dragon, which I think it should, there's nothing wrong with being expected or predictable. Anakan represent martial arts, Orashi represent visual arts, with Kamaraya, she represents theatrical performance art. I represented those inspirations by giving Kamaraya characteristics of a traditional theatrical performer. First is Kon, a thigh mask dance, which influenced the exaggeration of the eyelashes, emulating the mask's expressive expressions. Yes, she may only have her eyes as a clear feature, but it is eye-catching, which is important for a theatrical performer. Even if you're in the back of the stage, you see and you know who the performer is. Another is Singkil, a Maranao court dance in the Philippines. The attire of that dance influenced the royal aesthetic. Yes, it's mostly gold in the references, but I turned it blue because she is a watery lizard. Again, I am not being literal. The aesthetic of this dance is regal, with sparkly costumes, with gemstone embellishments, which we see teardrop-like gemstones dangling around Kamaraya. Usually, a feminine Pokemon recently usually has a snatched waist and an hourglass body. But I don't think this design needed that. I think I made a really beautiful Pokemon. I really love this design. Of course I do. I just like diva-like designs. She looks so mystique and mysterious. And her long aquamarine nails work. This is the final look of Gecqua's evolution line. What do y'all think? Hi, you made it at the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching it all the way to the end. And I want to take this opportunity to also say thank you to those who supported my last video. This was better than I expected. I was going to be happy if I got 10 to 20 likes, but the comments and the number of likes? Wow, you guys are so kind. It's very encouraging and enabling. Let's hope again this video finds the right audience. I also want to apologize because I did get a mic to filter out the other noises, so it's a better experience for me for editing. But I am aware it sounds not as well. Bye.